In this video, I'm going to show you in detail how I made this vivarium. The entire build took over 2 months, but I didn't take many pictures, you're going to have to bear with what I have. My first step was cutting 2-inch pieces of PVC. I drilled a hole at the very bottom for water to drain out, and 2 small holes at the top so I could attach the zip ties to the plastic egg crate. I used a fish-safe and food-grade black silicone adhesive in many parts of the process. You can find a good one at joshsfrogs.com. I siliconed the PVC to the bottom of the tank and waited for it to dry. The next day I placed the egg crate on top and used needle nose pliers to get the zip ties through the holes I drilled. Egg crate was one of the hardest things to find in this build. It is a light diffuser for industrial-sized lights, so if you go to a Home Depot or Lowe's, you can go to the lighting department to ask if they have some. I had to go to a few stores, but I eventually got my hands on some. After that, I placed an anti-weed fabric over the egg crate. This is so the next layer won't fall down into the water reservoir. I then siliconed my cork bark background in. The one on the left was warped, so I had to attach clamps to it while it dried so it wouldn't fall off. For the waterfall, I used a fish-safe expanding foam and pressed small rocks into it. Please use latex gloves when working with it. Some got on my hands and it was on them for days. Behind the waterfall is the water tube sucking water up from the reservoir to go to the filter. I used an Ahim canister filter. You can find it on Amazon. I used wooden skewers to hold up the rocks while the foam dried. I cut a piece of bamboo from LLA Reptile in half, sanded it, and used it for the second part of the waterfall. After the foam dried, I cut off excess foam and shaped it as I wanted it to look. When I was done shaping it, I covered the foam with silicone and pressed eco earth into it to make it look natural. The next layer of the substrate was Zoom Med Hydro Balls. I used them for this project, but I highly recommend using Josh's Frog's False Bottom instead. I placed another layer of anti-weed fabric over that. The next layer is the dirt layer that will be directly under the moss. I used Josh's Frog's 8BG mix substrate. It drains much better than Eco Earth does and creates a healthy environment for plants and microfauna. Although what you see in this picture is Eco Earth, I took it out and switched it for the 8BG. The next layer is of course the moss. Any high quality moss will do. I used dried sphagnum for some parts and live moss for the other parts. Finally is the leaf litter layer. Josh's Frogs has all sorts of dried leaves, so check out their website to get some. The plants I used in this tank were included in the 55-gallon dart frog plant kit from Josh's Frogs. To secure the bromeliads to the background, I stuck wooden skewers with moss on them into the background in a V shape. This cradles the plants as well as giving them water. Finally, I decorated the tank with wood, vines, cork bark, and many other things. I made the screened half at the top with a screen door / window kit I found at Lowe's. Finally, for the plexiglass half, I cut the plexiglass to size with a jigsaw that had a special plexiglass blade. That's how I made this vivarium. There will be a dart frog going in here soon, so when that happens I'll post a video about it.